All right. With no further ado, Matt Vaughn, pilot extraordinaire and traveler of the world. How you doing? Good to see you.
Good morning, Dave. Glad to be here.
Most people don't get to experience the universal church like you do. Do you try to make it a priority if time allows to find a local Catholic church? Is that one of the
I do.
I guess hobbies, for lack of a better word?
You know, I wanted to say that because the nice thing about being Catholic is that anywhere you travel, you know, you may feel like a stranger, but you can always find a Catholic church, almost always, and you're always home. So when you go there, even a place like China, going to, of course, the official church, because the unofficial church, the underground church, would be dangerous to those members that are practicing that way. But you can go to the above ground church down to the cathedral, and you can worship there. And you'll notice that on the screen where they have the readings are the exact same readings in your USCCB schedule. And so all over the world, everybody's reading the same readings you are.
If you were to go to, and I know you said you don't do this, but if you were to hypothetically go to an underground church in China, you said that you're putting the people at risk because it's underground. Would you also be risking your ability to come back? I mean, would that be like a criminal offense?
You know, probably.
Yeah.
Probably
okay.
would be a problematic thing, and you know, you wouldn't want to blow anybody's cover.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the underground church is in a bad spot.
All right. Tell me, you know, because we don't have a lot of time, but maybe some of your experiences, maybe some things that surprised you, some of your favorite places to visit as far as churches. I know this is very intriguing.
Well, you know, I found in Asia specifically, because Christianity has not penetrated Asia the same way that it has penetrated, you know, of course, Western Europe and even South America. But it's interesting to go to a place that has, you know, a church that's well over 100 years old in Asia. With the missionaries that founded it, and it's a beautiful church. One of the things that they do over there is they prevent catechesis, so they prevent people from teaching the faith, and then they prevent people from rebuilding and repairing churches until it becomes politically embarrassing. And so, for instance, this one church that I went to in Beijing had been renovated specifically because the Olympics were coming. They were going to have the world coming there, so that church is in very very good repair. And it's interesting that right around it are all these high-end stores from that we would all recognize in the West. And then there it is this old cathedral built in 1904, which is I think is the second or third iteration of a church there in that spot. Because of revolutions and wars and things burning down and things like that. And there it is, and to go worship there, and it's beautiful. St. Joseph's Cathedral. There in Beijing.
What about, we hear about the emptying churches of Europe, you mentioned France, and I think maybe some other European countries as well. Do you find that when you go into, I don't know if you ever go to Notre Dame or some of the churches in these European countries, do you find it's a little distressing because there aren't many people here, and the people that are there, are in their 90s, or what's your experience?
What's interesting about Notre Dame is because it's such a cultural icon. It's like the number one thing to see if you look on the websites of the things to see in Paris. You go see the beautiful Notre Dame Cathedral, which, by the way, was used as a stable during the French Revolution, and so it was defaced. And then, some of the saints' heads were chopped off of the edifice outside, and then somebody saved them so that they could be put back on after the Revolution was over. But you can go to confession there in like 6-7 different languages, and it's really neat to have a priest that speaks that many languages, and you get through the confession and it's fine. Many places in Europe seem to have a small, devout population in a formerly devout country, but it's hard to gauge the faithfulness of the general populace. But I think they're very proud of their culture and about these churches. They're proud of their culture, but seems to be not many people that are practicing. Do you get to talk to people? I know there's the language barrier, but when people find out you're an American or you're a pilot or what have you, do you get to kind of get a feel, the lay of the land from the people's perspective at all? I think people are very friendly. They're very sweet, and that Mass is Mass in whatever language you are. We'll say that I was also traveling with similarly with the military in Korea. And went to Mass in Korea, and of course it was my naval officer's uniform at that time. And the chief of staff for one of the Korean fleets invited me afterwards to a potluck dinner.
Get some good food around the world, huh?